The fire is dying, not because the night is cold, but because nobody has spoken for hours. You sit there, staring into the dark forest. Every sound matters. Every crack of a branch could mean death. Somewhere beyond those trees, something is breathing too. Maybe a wolf. Maybe another human tribe. Maybe nothing. And yet, you don't feel lonely. Because around you are 12 people who know your laugh, your fears, the way you walk, the stories your mother told before she died. Your entire world fits inside this tiny circle of firelight. No notifications, no alarms, no rent, no pretending. Just survival. Together. Now here is the part that's going to mess with your head. For almost 300,000 years, this was normal human life. Not the office cubicle, not the scrolling, not eating lunch alone while staring at glowing glass, not sitting in traffic wondering if this is really what existence was supposed to feel like. That part? That's brand new, and your brain knows it. So listen. Anthropologists studying the Juhowansi people in the 1960s found something that completely shattered modern assumptions about happiness. These hunter-gatherers, living in conditions most people today would call primitive, spent only around 15 to 20 hours a week gathering food and surviving. That's it. The rest of the time? Talking, singing, dancing, resting, telling stories around fires exactly like this one. Now you're probably thinking, yeah, but ancient life was brutal. Oh, absolutely. Children died. Hunger existed. One infected cut could end your life. But wait, it gets crazier. Despite all that, evidence suggests many ancient humans experienced something modern people are starving for. Belonging. Real belonging. In 2005, scientists studying a 1.8 million-year-old skull from Dmanisi, Georgia, found something disturbing and beautiful at the same time. The man had no teeth. None. He should have died long before, but he survived for years after losing them. You know what that means? Other humans fed him, protected him, kept him alive when he became weak. And suddenly this ancient world stops looking savage and starts looking strangely human. Now, interesting part came. Modern life gave us comfort, but quietly stole the tribe. Today, millions of people wake up surrounded by walls instead of people. You clock into jobs where nobody would notice if your soul slowly disappeared. You scroll through hundreds of faces every day and still feel invisible. Your nervous system was built for campfires. Instead, it got emails. And the terrifying part? Your brain reacts to modern stress almost exactly the same way it reacted to predators. One passive-aggressive Slack message, one unread text, one sudden bill, and your body floods with cortisol like a saber-toothed tiger just stepped out of the bushes. Except the tiger never leaves. That's why modern exhaustion feels so weird. It's not just tiredness, it's ancient survival machinery trapped in a world it never evolved for. Now you're thinking, okay, but ancient humans didn't have purpose either. They were just surviving. That's what everybody assumes. Until archaeologists found 40,000-year-old bone flutes inside caves in Europe. Think about that for a second. Humans struggling through ice ages, surrounded by predators, barely surviving winter, and somebody still stopped to make music. Why? Because humans were never built only to survive. We were built to feel, to connect, to gather around rhythm and story and meaning. That's the part modern culture forgot. We optimized life for efficiency, but accidentally removed the things that made existence feel alive. And you can actually feel this loss physically. Ever notice how silence today feels uncomfortable? Ancient humans knew silence differently. To them, silence meant stars above your head, the sound of insects, someone breathing beside you, safety earned together. Modern silence feels like isolation. A bedroom glowing blue at 2 a.m. You and your thoughts. No tribe coming. And the interesting part came. Psychologists now talk about something called evolutionary mismatch. Basically, your emotions were designed for one world, but forced into another. That random sadness you feel after scrolling for an hour? Your ancestors never experienced human comparison at this scale. That weird emptiness after buying something you wanted? Ancient dopamine systems were built for survival rewards, not infinite consumption. That constant feeling that life should mean more? That one cuts deepest. Because ancient humans woke up every day knowing exactly why they mattered. The tribe needed them. Their presence had weight. Today, a lot of people secretly feel replaceable, like background characters in their own lives. And that's not weakness. That's what happens when a species built for deep connection gets dropped into systems too large to care about individuals. So listen carefully. Ancient humans understood something we forgot. Meaning wasn't found alone. It wasn't hidden inside productivity hacks or motivational quotes or luxury apartments. Meaning came from contribution, from shared struggle, from being seen by people who truly knew you. That's why some of the happiest moments in modern life still look ancient. Camping with friends, late-night conversations, cooking together, singing at concerts with strangers, laughing until your stomach hurts around a table. For a few seconds, the tribe returns, and your nervous system recognizes home. Now here's the twist nobody talks about. Maybe modern people aren't depressed because life is hard. Maybe they're depressed because life became emotionally artificial. Too safe to feel alive, too isolated to feel needed, too distracted to hear themselves think. Ancient humans feared death constantly. But modern humans? A lot of them fear meaninglessness. And honestly, that might be worse. Because at least our ancestors knew who they were. So before you go back to your notifications and deadlines and glowing screens, ask yourself something. If a human from 50,000 years ago looked at your life, would they think you were successful? Or would they quietly wonder why you have everything except each other? And if somewhere deep inside you still feel that ache for something older, slower, more human, then maybe you were never broken. Maybe your soul just remembers the fire. Join the tribe, because the modern world is getting louder every year, and the people who still remember what it means to be human are becoming rare. And maybe the scariest question of all is this: if ancient humans could survive without modern civilization, could modern humans survive without each other?